Scorpio, hello, and welcome to your weekly intuitive reading. Hope you're doing well. We're in some intense energy as Pluto still squaring the lunar nodes in Scorpio. You are at the south node, the tail of the dragon. Our past, clearing up the past, clearing up past wounds, past traumas, past versions of ourselves. It's a lot, but it's important to do. It's important to do. We limit ourselves when we neglect taking out the trash of our own human psyche. When we fail to clean out our garbage, our junk, our old beliefs, our old patterns. Okay. So, what we're what we're experiencing, full moon energy in Sagittarius. Check that video out. That will give you some of the energy. Also, we have Venus now in Leo, fiery Leo, along with Mars. Venus is in an opposition to Pluto. This is highlighting some relationship wounds and power and control dynamics within relationships. And then we have Mercury and Uranus conjuncted. I had that experience this morning. Sudden, big realizations and new ideas, new thoughts, new ways of perceiving something, new communication, new forms of communication even. So, Scorpio, there's your little bit of astrology there. We are not going to be operating the south node in Scorpio for that much longer. So as we get close to the end, before we move into the next sign, the next energy, things get more intense. They get deeper, especially with the Scorpio. So let's see what's going on for you. This message is for Sun, Moon, or Rising in the sign of Scorpio. Welcome, fellow Scorpios. These are general messages, so take what resonates for you and leave the rest. You can check with your moon sign, check with your rising sign, check with any of the other signs that may be speaking to you. We do have all 12 zodiac archetypes on the playing field here, within us all and within our life experiences. And Scorpio, if you would like to have a personal one-on-one reading with me, you can book that through my website, which is BeTheChange333.com. The information is also in the description box below, as well as the rest of my social media information and areas to donate if you are feeling called to. Not necessary, but always welcome and gratefully appreciated. Okay. So Scorpio, let's see what comes through for you. I did not expect all that to come out in one breath. Whew. Well, I'm feeling more of a lighthearted energy. You might be too. Someone's going through a growth spurt. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. This can be quite liberating. Can also be, depending on where life takes you to actually expand that consciousness and awareness, can be a wild ride, can be an intense ride, can be a scary ride, or it can be like a fascinating, metaphysical, mystical ride. We have all shapes and sizes in the form of growth. Okay. Imagination. I embrace and nourish the creative aspects of my mind. Wow, Scorpio. I think that you're really diving deep. I'm like drawn to this center point here. Getting out of your own way. Getting back into your imagination. Into your creative mind. Nourishing it. Embracing that. Yeah, a lot of times the status quo just does not allow for that time, right? But Scorpio is like, screw that. I've got quite a vivid imagination I'm going to work with here. Oh, I love it. This is great. Also, you really are expanding. Your consciousness is expanding, and you're recognizing the growth within you. It was beautiful. Congratulations. Congratulations. It is not easy. Give yourself a pat on the back. It is not easy. Trust me, I know. I'm there with you. Worry. And change. Wow. Okay. This card does not come out very often at all, nor does this card. So this is new. I'm feeling your energy really literally shifted. I honestly don't think I've ever seen this card in this deck, and I've been using this deck for 5 years now. I'm learning that worry does not change an outcome. Such a Gemini energy. But yeah, you had been on the fence, and finally you're like, I gotta choose. Which one? Fear that feels like shit and it's restrictive and it's like being paralyzed, or love, expansion, open awareness. Oh yeah, that feels a lot better, doesn't it? Change. We're going through some changes here. My energy is, this is what I've been feeling. Freedom. As soon as I start shuffling your cards, Scorpio, this more lighthearted energy for Scorpio. About time. About time. Change. I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. So we're moving some stuff around. We're moving our perspectives around. You might even be moving all together, but things are changing. Thankfully. You don't like things to stay the same. That's just stagnant energy. So good for you. Good for you, Scorpio. I am proud of you. I'm proud of us. I am a fellow Scorpio as well. So I can resonate with this reading too. Bet you most readers don't give you their zodiac signs, but I don't care. Who cares? Those of you who know astrology or read energy, I love your feedback too. All right, so let's, because we all help each other. I'm just doing the only thing that I know to do at this point in time, but there's much more that I aspire to participate in and experience in life, and I'm sure that that will happen at some point. I'm not gonna worry about it. All right, let's calm this energy down. I don't know, I got really in a very silly spot here for a moment, Scorpio. Sorry about that. Growth. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. Inspiration. Suddenly inspired to expand your consciousness and your awareness. You may be diving back down into some of your older spiritual practices or older books, or having like, because I feel like with change and growth and imagination, you've had an experience that cracked you open and changed you. And of course, we all have, but then you had another cycle of it just to remind you of where you're at, where you've been, and how to move forward without getting stuck in some old negative energies. Okay. So you're really inspired to grow. Aha. And when we link to, and I'm also thinking of the sacral chakra and the solar plexus, when we really get into our creative energy and our imagination, it boosts up our vitality. Suddenly we start to feel alive again. I'm alive. Like before I was doing these readings, I did a video before this, but before I got into readings, I was, healing I have an illness I've been healing from, but I was very slow and just like, I mean, I did go through a spiritual experience this morning. I had a lot of visions and a lot of wealth of knowledge for my path, but it just drained me. And I am just like, I don't want to go outside. I'm energetically sensitive, and I don't know what to do. And suddenly, I got pulled into doing this, and what happens? I start to feel alive again. My vitality's back. I'm working my creative magic here, and that's where I come alive. I feel like, Scorpio, you're finding that too. That sweet spot, that place in life that you just come alive, regardless. We all have it. I'm sharing mine with you. And I love it. And I am very grateful and blessed and thankful to have this gift. Okay, worry. Ooh. Scorpio, being fixed energy. I totally get this too. Worry, dependability. You like to know. You like to know that it's going to be okay, that it's going to be safe, that you can depend on life or the energy or your new perspective or your imagination or your vitality. That's what gets you worried. You know, this feels nice and all, but can I depend on it? Whew, it's a tough one. It's a tough one, but you know what? It's also programming. So we're going through a change, and it is totally pushing you towards the best self, the best version of you that you can be. So regardless, what you're doing or where you're at, there's an overall essence of this energy that's like, I can't go back. I need to be the best version of me. And, for myself, for my loved ones, for humanity, for the planet, like it goes that big for you. That's the expansion. We start off with just the self-defense, self this, self that, and then with relationships, it still goes back to self. And then when we keep expanding, and we see how we affect other people and how other people affect us and how our energy ripples out, it's like, breathe. I don't want to be a participant in the chaos. So let's reel it back in and be more in alignment with truth, with love, with the heart, and awareness, so that I can contribute to the energy in that way. Hence my sweatpants for me. Sometimes I got to get comfortable when we're working with energies like this. But it's important. It's important to get to a point where you can see both sides. And how do I want to see this? Do I want to see this through the eyes of fear? Do I want to see it through the eyes of love? And it's always a choice. We have free will. It's always a choice. So good for you. You're expanding your consciousness and your awareness. And this is something has inspired you to do so, for sure. An experience, some words possibly that really stuck, because they go back ancient deep. And in order to get those hooks out of you, you must go down to where they are and remove them. Expand out of that. Don't get trapped in someone else's words, someone else's spells, someone else's projections. But see them. See what the cosmic mirror is there for you. And learn from it. And understand that everyone has their own unique path. I think that you're fully aware of that, Scorpio. You're pretty intuitive. Solar plexus chakra was upside down. I'm not going to read these in reversal. I'm just channeling anyway. We have inspiration. Inspiration. I see this card as inspiration too, but more so that will, determination, self-confidence, self-awareness. Oh, yeah, self-awareness, growth. Yes, okay, thank you. They said, yeah, growth. All right. And if you're wondering who I mean by they, I'm talking about the guides that speak through me, yeah, however that works. It's energy I channel. I'm not going to explain. I don't think many people really want to know anyway. They just want to hear the message. Okay. Scorpio. Yeah. Gaining your self-awareness, self-confidence, and it's really getting back to the true nature of you. And that feels a lot better. You're feeling a lot more inspired to grow and expand. There's a lot of, mystical, metaphysical things going on right now, too. And Scorpio, you'd be probably one of the first to pick up on all of that, which is like, oh, gosh, I've got to, that's right. Let's elevate and expand this consciousness. New beginnings. Thank you. New beginnings. Yes. So you're starting a new cycle here. There's something new for you on the horizon, or you might already be aware of it, but this is also speaks of having faith, having trust. This is the zero card, the full energy. Trusting in life, trusting in yourself, trusting in your journey. As long as you're connected and you're staying true to yourself, life is going to guide you. As I'm reading today, I got a message loud and clear that today is, if you want to try to control your day, today is not the day to do that. And I was like, okay. I got a lot of, through meditation, a lot of beautiful messages for myself, realizations, self-understanding, and was able to forgive a situation that I knew I would be able to, but I wanted to authentically be able to truly forgive a situation. So I had to really see it from a whole different perspective. And that is easier said than done. I will say that, but it is so possible for us all to get there. So I did just release a video on YouTube. It's, I forget what I titled it, but seeing the karmic patterns through the mirror. It's about the mirrors. That is one of the big remembrances that I've been talking about in my last couple of videos. And it dawned on me that, oh yeah, I need to dive back into that and see the mirrors for myself too. So yeah, I am not exempt to this journey here. Okay. Patience. Wow. Scorpio, I just got a major, So, what it is that you may be worried about right now, or had found yourself worrying, or maybe you're having a hard time admitting that there's an internal worry about, as far as like an outcome or something that you can depend on that feels good, feels in alignment, feels right. Have patience. You planted that seed and it is growing, but we don't plant a seed and then the next day go and look and see where is it? Where's the plant? These things do take time, and the reason they take time is because, as you may realize here, now that you're understanding, oh, I'm going through another growth spurt in consciousness, you're going through a transformation. You don't want to manifest your desire while you're going through a growth transformation. You want to get through the growth transformation first, and then enjoy the outcome. So don't worry, Scorpio. It is coming. Be patient. Be patient. All right, do you want to tell us anything else about growth? Any other wisdom, nuggets of wisdom for this growth that Scorpio is entertaining, going through, experiencing? Judgment in reverse. Why judgment in reverse? So, what you got stuck on? as far as your expansion of your consciousness. What you had not, either you still haven't, or until you hear this message, or this is a realization, is that something was blocking your awakening to this a realization of codependent patterns, people pleasing, overgiving. It's a form of manipulation that we learn in childhood. Manipulation isn't bad, this is just a word. A form of manipulation we learn in childhood, usually as very sensitive children, to make sure that those around us like don't really affect our energy as bad. So we make sure that everybody's okay. We do what they, you know, like we Scorpios know how to like move in and out of different energies and different people and play different parts for different people and stuff like that. But that is not serving you any longer. That is what you are meant to drop, get real, be very straightforward and honest. And I feel like this is definitely some big lesson of yours. But ultimately, it comes down to why. Well, there's a fear. There's a fear of maybe when you were a child, you would be punished if you didn't, you know, if you spoke your truth or whatever. Like, there's always some reason why we don't just say it all the time. But it's important that you do. From this point on, it's an awareness that's happening, and it could be that some of you have grown up with some form of abuse. I definitely relate to that kind of wrong. That's the heavy burden that needs to be dropped. That's what you're working through right now, I think, to get to this new beginning, is to drop that pattern. The codependency pattern. I mean, there's so many forms of codependency. As a child of an alcoholic, I totally understand it. Relate to codependent. My mom gave me the book Codependency No More when I was like 13 years old. I've known what codependency was, but I still didn't see my full patterns until I had my awakening. So yeah, I had another awakening in that area too. I resonate with that. So that's a heavy load. It's a heavy burden that you've been carrying with you your whole life probably, or a good portion of your life. And that is what is being worked through right now, healing. That doesn't mean that you don't have to be nice and be loving and giving, but you know what I'm talking about. Sometimes it's a bad it's a habit. It's a bad thank you. It's a bad pattern and a hard habit to break because you've had it with you since childhood. It becomes unconscious even that we're doing it. But here's your invitation to try something new. Let's get you some advice, Scorpio. What do we want to pull from here? So we're doing Starseed all week long. So Scorpio, if you're finding that you're liking this video, if you would not mind, please click that like button, that thumbs up like button, please, to help with the algorithms in YouTube. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I truly, truly, truly appreciate all of you who do take the time to, and comment as well. I love reading your comments, every single one of them. I appreciate you all so much. I'm very new to this YouTube journey, but I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes. So let's get some advice for Scorpio. We got 2. Why do we have 2? All right, we're going to read Inner Earth. For Scorpio. Inner Earth, also known as Agartha, I'm sorry if I mispronounced that, is believed to be a hidden subterranean world within the planet itself. Many ancient cultures mention it in their stories. It's said that some of the beings of ancient lost lands, such as Lemuria, Atlantis, went there. Hindu and Celtic lore mention caves and entrances to underground worlds. Tibetan Buddhism refers to the mystical city of Shambhala, which is thought to be located in the Himalayas. Okay. Many have searched for inner Earth in the physical world, but without success. So the mystery continues. Is it a place that exists in the physical or another level of consciousness? There are solutions beyond what you can perceive. Surprising outcomes to your problems and situations. Resolution that are in the best interests of all involved. If you find yourself facing an obstacle or feeling stuck and have no idea what to do, you're being reassured that there is a way out. You'll survive this and things will work out. If you're stuck in a rut, do something to shake up the energy and shift your thinking. Try something new. Try something you wouldn't normally do. Soon you'll see that whole new worlds of solutions are available. Things that were previously beyond your focus will present themselves. Helpful people, signs from the universe, and support in both expected and unexpected ways are on their way to you. But first, you need to do something different to shift your focus so you can receive them. Which I see, yeah. So if you're in this worry too much while you're going through this change, transformation, instead of, keeping an eye on your habits and patterns, but shifting your consciousness, your perspective, things are going to open up pretty fast. So be ready. All right, let's read the next one for you. We the Hathors. Birth is a portal that ushers in new life. The Hathors are here to remind you that you're a child of the Cosmic Mother and you're being called to be held by her deep, never-ending love and embrace. This is a tender, nourishing card reminding you to receive the deep, deep love of the Mother's embrace. The Hathors know that the journey on Earth can be rocky and lonely at times, but you're being reminded to rest more deeply in the Mother's arms. This is a card of extreme potency, of femininity, of creation, and of birth. You're being called to mother yourself and others too, to surrender to your sacred femininity, to create and surrender to your own creations, to hold and to be held. You're being called to remember your place in the web of life and to realize that the Cosmic Mother is watching you every step of the way. You may be going through a transition right now, moving from one way of being to another. If so, you're being reminded that you're cradled in a sacred container, that you're more held than you can possibly imagine. Oh, I want to cry. And you have access to more love than your heart can bear. If you're struggling in any way, you're being reassured that things will work out. Open yourself to receiving the overflowing love of the Cosmic Mother, flooding towards you from every direction. Let it stretch your heart. Whew. And those words just really touched me. And I resonate with that through this. Change is not easy. Transformation is not easy. On one hand, Scorpio, you're a fixed sign, so you like to know what's going on up ahead. But at the same time, it's Scorpionic energy, transformation, death and rebirth, 8th house energy. So you're quite used to it at the same time. This is your message I have for you this week. I am sending you out so much love. I hope this was helpful for you. Take care. Bye.